Well, with buying 20 hives, packages of bees this year, I ran out of equipment, so I did run into my junk pile and built some hive stands quick last night. So all I need to do is get the ridges on these in 1-inch spacers. I also noticed those short boxes, so I'm in my old lumber pile pulling out these 1x10s, 1x11s. I need 9 5/8 to make a deep box. These boards have been in there for a couple of years. I saw it up and they're cupped pretty bad, so we'll see how they work. But this was my old list from years ago on how to make 7 boxes, deeps, mediums, covers, everything in one hive. It was a $100 price list at Menards, $6 for one of these boards, 12 feet long. And now they're like $30 a board, so we're going in the junk pile looking for wood. So here we go. We got 14, 19 7/8 boards cut, 14, 16 1/4. And as you can see, they got some bad cups in them, so hopefully we can get 5 or more out of here. So I'm going to plane these down to nominal, I think it's 7/8 inch thick, rather than changing my formula. Make sure the boxes are all the same size and the bees can't get in and out the sides. So we'll plane these down to see how these go. There, I ran the rough sawn through. You can see, just like store-bought. But when I cut these, I don't cut them at 5/4, so you can still see there's some warpage, but when you squeeze them together, you can actually make them fit. And these are going to go in the box joints, so I can clamp them together, and the bees, they don't care if there's a little bit of rough sawn. But I cut these knowing these are going to go in beehives. When you come in 5/4 and run through a planer, it takes forever to shave off a 1/60 of an inch every run. So we'll do the 19 7/8, and once those are done, we'll start doing the, well, it's not dovetails, but the box joints. Well, this is horrible. So that right there is a nail that was in that tray. Just ran it through my planer, so now I've got a groove in these blades. So now I know that that nail has ruined probably a blade on my sawmill, which is 25 bucks, and a blade on this planer. So make sure you check your wood. It's a bummer. Here's the jig you use to make box joints. And these are just going to do 1/2 inch. And what it does is it helps you get perfect cuts in a few seconds. You do one on the right side, and then you flip it over, and then you do one on the left side. And I'll show you that one quick. There you go. That box is over $20 online. So you can see how tight the joints are. See, Jax? Yep. Yep. He notices this one's not. Just gotta hammer that in. And put a little glue in there. There's a couple other steps left to do this. It's not at the right height, and we gotta cut our shelves for our frames, so we'll do that next. Once all these are done. Next step, we ran each one of these through the table saw to cut a groove, and that's going to be the frame rest. Normally I use a dado blade, but I cannot get the blade off my table saw, so I just over tightened it, and we're just going to leave it for now. Here's a pre-assembled box. There's an old frame in here so you can see how the frame rest works in there. These joints, they're fairly tight. And what I'll do now is I'll go nail each one of these up, and then I'll come back to the table saw. I won't put a nail in the top here. And what I'll do is I will cut these at 9 5/8. So looking at it, we've got plenty of room. You take off almost 3/4 of an inch. So we'll level these up on top right here, and then we'll flip it over and we'll cut it down exactly to 9 5/8. They're never perfect, but the bees will seal everything up with propolis. Look at this, perfect. So we should be able to get these on there. And again, I've done 7 of these today, so it's normally they're $25 per box when you buy them. So I'm looking at almost $200 in savings. So well worth the time of a few hours in a rainy day. So a couple days ago, this is the hive. I took the queen out of that hive over there and pulled 5 frames of brood for a split. So I'm worried about them swarming. Queen's in here with a bunch of brood. So I'm worried about this one getting too strong. And as you can see, there's a ton of bees in here. So ran out of equipment. That's what we're building those boxes for today. I just want to give these guys something to do. So you can see this hive is a good hive. This queen we're going to try to breed off of if we can keep her alive for next year. But very calm bees. So there's a ton of brood in here. I'm just going to put a second box on here. It's a little bit early, but it's going to get warm now. So we'll see what happens. So there's a new box I built this morning. I just realized I forgot to put handles on here. I'll just leave it for this here. Yeah, just like doing anything once a year, you kind of forget how to do stuff, and it kind of screwed up the grooves in here a little bit, but I think the bees will be fine. Yeah, I'll check on her in a couple weeks, see how she's doing. Mm-hmm.